Good evening, guys. StayWeird1993 here, or of course, if you know me from YouTube, StayWeird1993 Vlogs. Welcome back to our stream. It's a Friday night. Get yourselves a beer. Although we know it's quarantine, so time isn't real anyway, but got a bottle of Trooper here. That's some quality ale right there. So now we're going to continue doing what we were doing before, which is we got some leveling to do. If we ever want to get the hell out of Draenor.
At Embari Village.
Where did you come from? Holy shit. Well, Urel has zero chill.
Welcome awaits us at Embari Village.
Stop saying that. She's just like... So I'm going to yell about Embari Village a lot, and you're going to listen to me.
Need help?
We'll take another accelerated learning potion.
Light bless you.
Potion seller, listen to me. I'm telling you right now.
May the light embrace you. Dionis Haka, Arcanon Poros. May your days be long, and your hardships few.
Now, if you're a passive-aggressive Draenei, that would be, may your hardships be long and your days few. Cool. Can I not assign, like, a bodyguard or something?
Gilneas will be reborn from the blood of our enemies.
Is there anything I can do with these followers? Like, oh yeah, that's Legion, I think, only, but oh well. I don't know. I didn't spend enough time playing Walls of Draenor. I stopped playing during WoD because I didn't enjoy it very much. Fell cursed creature killed. Okay, so we gotta go fight some green boys. Okay. Oh. That was a weird phase.
Fire at target.
Let's take our potion. We gain 20% XP boost off that, so it's going to contribute massively to what we do. I don't want to do slag mines again, just thinking about it.
Need to target something first.
I mean, I suppose I could run slag mines again. But it is boring as balls when you've run it twice already. Well, thrice, I suppose. Voidwalker. Crap. I couldn't get out of that one. Never mind. I feel like it's truly compelling content to watch me die over and over again. Let's carry on and try not to die this time, hey? That'd be a good start. Nope, I'm not fighting that. I'm not fighting that, because I will die. Frogs, on the other hand. God, the music got really dramatic when I killed that frog. I'm guessing this is the Shadow Council we're dealing with here. Definitely some of Gul'dan's minions. Yeah, they are Shadow Council. So we're just going to quest through. Central and southern we need to do so. That's a dwarf monk, I think.
Too far away.
I mean, it's a cursed wolf. It's technically not an aberration. It's technically a beast, which it pissed me off because I couldn't tame this as a hunter. But also because it's cursed by fell magic, it should technically be demonic, but it's not classed as a demon. It's an aberration, which means it's neither of those things. So why isn't it? I need answers. Also, interestingly, based on data mining, there's areas of the Shadowlands in Revendreth where the light is permeating through the lands, and the light does not seem, surprisingly, does not seem entirely good-natured. Well, I'm hardly shocked at that, but you know. But I mean, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of speculators, myself included, in terms of my theories that I've sort of been looking at and how I feel, I don't think the light is entirely good. And I think that that's proof of that, really. The way the light's behaving in the Shadowlands, it's like, what, is it trying to light forge the Shadowlands? It's like, we don't need to light forge the Shadowlands. The light can't possibly take over the afterlife. I mean, it already forcibly light forged orcs in alternate Draenor. It's not good if the light's trying to force its way into things. That's not good. It's like the way Kalia Menethil has been altered. We don't exactly know what she is now. Because she's resurrected from the dead by the light, which should not be possible. Because she's undead, but the light at the same time. It should not be possible. She's a thing that should not be. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're still leveling through Draenor. I am intentionally doing this as fast as I possibly can, so we will be queuing for more dungeons. Sadly, I can only queue for Bloodmaw Slag Mines currently, so there's that, but do it for the XP, I suppose. That'll be the third time I've run it on stream. I'll be able to quote all the NPC dialogue verbatim in a bit. you do like what you're seeing, you aren't subscribed, then of course drop us a follow here on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube or on the socials if you feel that you want to. But honestly, just glad to have people around to watch.
I require a target.
Hey Rob, how's it going? It's been a long time, dude. How's things? Will you stop doing that? But either way, Rob, hi, good to hear from you. Sorry I keep twitching over looking over my shoulder. I'm expecting Esther to either run up the stairs or to hear a crying baby at any point because kids, but you know. Good mate, just sat at home. Hope things are good. Hope things are good for you too, man. I mean, the kids are doing well.
Observe and reflect.
Kids are doing okay. I'm still at home. I can't work from home yet because the company I work for hasn't got my laptop to me yet. So I've taken up streaming instead, which I've always wanted to do. Streaming good old World of Warcraft. Still drinking copious amounts of Trooper, as when we hung out and worked together, you will know full well. All-seeing eye. Use the vial of moon water to compel the all-seeing. Oh, okay, I've got a. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ. I can't say that seriously. How the hell do I compel this thing? This week, we have another whiskey night. We will have to have another whiskey night, dude. Yeah. Definitely. I would love to, like, if we could go to a pub, we could go somewhere, do some whiskey, some beer. Like old times. It's been a long time since, of course, it's been a long time since I've seen you, but obviously I've been busy with my kids and stuff like that, so, you know, shit happens, I guess, but... The power of Illumination. Dude, come on. How long do I have to compel this thing for? Finally. There we go. That was pain in the ass. Let's get some Brewdog going. So we got some Punk IPA. Sweet Nectar. Yeah, that's going down a treat. But yeah, man, we will... Gul'dan, goddammit.
The time has come for the next step of my plan.
They got his voice so good in this expansion. His voice was so well done. Like, honestly, like, his voice was just, it was ace. Sorry, just doing this with my fingers because my fingers did a weird thing. But yeah, I think we should. We should definitely do another whiskey night, dude. We should definitely go out for a drink. Maybe get annihilated, because when this is all over, I'm definitely going out to get very, very annihilated at every possible opportunity when the kids can be babysat for.
I will crush it. The pale are the key. All I require is its limitless power.
That's not a big ask, is it? Limitless power?
Razoon, you stay here. I have other plans. What is that? What are you looking at? It's all fun and games until...
just, just the animation, just the all that really dramatic build up, and then just.
Keep your guard up. She doesn't want me going with you, but I can help by magically projecting myself.
You're right, you're not going out there.
Hang on. Why is Cordana Felsong basically Khadgar's Draenor mom?
We can learn.
Like, you're not going to do that? Fine. Mom says I'm grounded. Please, can you go complete this quest for me? That's basically what this is. Just 1 second. How much charge does this have? Is it halfway charged? No. I'm just going to have to plug this in over here, aren't I? Oh, bugger. Let's see. When you have a nicotine craving and you can't stand to be without your e-cig, this is a problem. Listen, quarantine is stressful for everybody, especially those... If you've got friends who are like me, who are in lockdown with children, please spare a moment to think about their sanity. Kill the Gulvar Alps, Hagras Shard, Groral Shard, and Kulgoth. So, we've got to go and destroy the encampment, I take it? Will you stop telling me about Embari Village, weird space Nazi Jedi? Oh, that's a spoiler, isn't it? Because she becomes like... We'll all be converted to the light, or you will get killed. The moment we are able, I'll be out. It's a long time, but yes, good. It'd be good to see. Yeah. It's good to see I haven't changed. No, I'm still a parent. I think the only thing that's changed with me, realistically, is I've dyed my hair black, got more tattoos, and I'm just embracing my goth dad self. Yeah, man. I mean, it's good to hear from you. As I say, the only thing that really hasn't changed, the only thing that has changed, as I say, with me is a few more tattoos. I've got kids and I've dyed my hair black since we actually used to hang out. But that's about it. But I'm still me. So, you know, not much has changed aside from that. It's good to hear from you. It's been a long time. I keep forgetting because, like, I was thinking about this the other day, thinking about like friends I don't really see much of anymore or hear from anymore, and it's just one of those things. I suppose life gets in the way, but one thing, funny enough, when I went back to therapy, actually, they said I need to sort of reconnect with some of those friends if it bothers me that some of those people aren't around anymore. It's just, that's great. You're telling me I need to do this, but you're not telling me how to do it. You're just telling me that I need to go and do the thing, not how I should approach the thing or what I should do about the thing. Just what thing I need to do. And also, how do I... It's like... For example, I thought, do I reach out to friends during quarantine? I'm like, it's not reaching. I can. Messaging someone is easier to be ignored. If you say something to somebody's face, it's very hard to. Like, my anxiety comes from messaging because I'm thinking, if I get left on red, I'm gonna feel like trash. So I don't do that. That's why I rather like organically meet people who I know I haven't seen in a long time. Like, oh, I haven't seen this person in a while. They happen to be drinking in the same place as me. Let's go say hi. Things like that. I mean, I mean, in terms of not changing, I still go to Corp every opportunity I can. I suppose the only thing that has changed is that, another thing. Obviously, I've moved. I don't live in Hillsborough anymore. I've not lived in Hillsborough for a long time. Hey Lord Arbiter, how's it going?
I didn't have a target.
And yeah, of course, if if you like what you see here, guys, don't forget to drop a follow. I'm trying to reach more followers. I'm trying to engage more with my content because now I know I'm enjoying streaming. Tell your friends, etc., etc. Any viewership and support is appreciated because I didn't think I'd get anybody watching me, never mind a handful of people. Good to know that you're doing good, Arbiter. Did you sort your OBS deck out? Did you get it all sorted, like all your OBS set up? Eat Chaos Bolt. I hate it. I hate being silenced on this. And in real life as well, because I never shut up. One thing you will get from this stream as well is you will get plenty of my self-deprecating humor, which has not changed either. Oh, okay. What's that? Oh, that's a paladin. I was like, what the hell? Build enough courage to stream. Hey man, listen, it took me a while to build up the courage to stream. I've got really bad anxiety. You wouldn't believe it looking at me, but that's because I mask it with completely unwarranted pretend confidence that I don't actually have. I actually message you on Facebook at some point, and then we can have a... Yeah, absolutely, man. Drop me a message on Facebook, dude. That'd be really cool. I'm more than happy to talk. You know me, I don't bite often, unless you're pizza. If you're made of pizza, I might bite. But Arbiter, what I would do is just practice streaming, practice talking to yourself, and then record yourself, and then move on to actually streaming. And Rob, like I say, it's awesome to have you around, and thanks for checking me out. I appreciate that. Definitely message me on Facebook. We'll definitely chat. If you do like what you see on here, though, you know, you're welcome to stop by anytime you like. Oh, we got a follow there. Thanks for the follow, Rob. I'll drink to that. We got to kill 20 of the orcs in Gulvar. Okay. Got to kill 20 of them. It seems like a little much. I thought that the bosses I would have... Yeah, fine. That's fine. Time for a massacre, that's fine. This is where if I had the song "Die Motherfucker Die" on play, like on standby, I'd just play that over this. Oh no, my Voidwalker's dead. Create some distance. 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart at all times, guys. Enjoy the stream. Have a nice night. No worries, man. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for following me. We'll talk soon, yeah, dude? It's good to hear from you. I really appreciate it.
I require a target.
I require a target. Right. Let me just update my follower goal because we now got 15. Thanks again, Rob. Information's been updated. Cool. Sorry about that. Just had to reply to a message real quick. Okay. Nothing like when your parents are like, hey, can I video call you? It's like, I told you I was streaming at this time, so no. But can I video call you? No. Ah, we got a paladin drop coming in with the assist.
Target something first. I do not have a target. I require a target. I need to target something first.
And that's what happens when you cooperate.
Require a target.
Oh, friend. Oh, is there more in there?
Too far away. I do not have a target.
You're confused about it. Go ahead, man. What's confusing you? Hang on. It says I hand my quest in here. I bet that it's called, I don't know, like hiding in the bushes or something. It asks for a price. Oh, you see, I don't know. You see, with mine, it just let me input the. It came with my template, the whole template I got. It might have been asking for a donation if you feel so inclined. It might be that it's free, but you can donate if you want to the creator. That might be what it was doing there. I've got to kill the infernal that spawns here, haven't I? Cataclysm. Let's drop some chaos on there.
I do not have a target.
Fiery Heart of Croesus. Croesus. Croesus is the boss in Nighthold. What am I talking about? You might be able to create one yourself if you can find a free-to-use GIF of Halo. You can always commission someone to do it theoretically.
Quickly, combine the shards to forge a soul trap for Gul'dan.
So I've got to try and trap...
Be careful, my friend. Gul'dan is not to be underestimated, no matter how prepared you might be.
The thing with Gul'dan is... I feel like trapping Gul'dan's soul is not going to be as easy as it's supposed to be. Wait. Oh, I see what's going on here. So Razun is going to spawn... I know that's where Gul'dan spawns, I've just got to wait for him to come back. Right, Gul'dan's here. Let's just get my Twitch chat back up, because my Twitch chat froze. There we go. Okay.
I remember you. I am not that easy. Razun, your time has come. Have fun dealing with this.
I remember this from the Horde one. Because the Horde one was very similar. There was a trap Gul'dan, etc. So does that mean Khadgar tried to trap Gul'dan twice and failed twice with the same thing, like, and then Gul'dan responded the same way twice? Or is that just for narrative purposes? Yeah, you might have to. It just depends on what level you want the Halo stuff to be, as well. Because if it's a case of
No matter. Soon there will be enough Bell blood to make thousands for the Burning Legion.
yeah, and he wasn't kidding either, because then the next expansion.
Give my regards to Khadgar. I've a present coming for him.
Gul'dan is so sinister. I love it. Like, they made a really good attempt at making Gul'dan pure evil. Like, but the thing is, he's evil but knows his power, and I like that. He's not just like, muhahaha, mustache twirly evil. He's evil with a purpose.
I need to target something first.
Good enough to get you started. I mean, What you might be able to do is, because of the way you can edit your templates for follower alerts, is theoretically you'd be able to edit it to have a different GIF or a different image. If you wanted like a... I don't know, if you found a GIF or an image you wanted that's Halo related, you can usually edit your own follower alerts to do that. There's some pretty thorough YouTube tutorials on how to do it. I mean, you don't necessarily need them to get you started. You can have generic ones to get you started as well. I've gone the whole hog because I'm a graphic designer by trade. So I went out of my way and made loads of stuff. I think there was a guild event on tonight. Oh no, it's tomorrow. It's raid night, isn't it? But then I'm not in a position to raid with this guild because I don't have a max level character. In fact, I only joined this guild 2 days ago. Look at all the casters going on here. This is crazy. I mean, you don't necessarily need them to get you started. You can get some decent templates. And the templates might be a good start for you, dude. I didn't have a target.
I need to target something first. Target something first. I do not have a target.
So, oh, we got quite a few casters. What have we got in here? A paladin, monk, a mage, and a mage. Fair enough. And a warlock. Me. Because I'm in that mist, I keep forgetting it's silences, and I'm why can't I cast? And I do it every time. I stand in the mist in this dungeon because I just don't pay attention to it. I hate running slag mines over and over again, but at the minute I don't have any better items, so I need to keep running it because it's good for EXP. So
I need to target something first.
it's just a slog through here, but we'll be able to get there.
Require a target. My slaves! Those were blood mob. Come in. I'll put you in shame.
Okay, so yeah, he's the slave watcher, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the blood moles seem pretty big on slave labor. I mean, that's a yikes.
Get that one.
Get some DPS done. We'll just... Oh yeah, no worries, dude. Good to see you. Really? Killing us all? I mean, it looks like you just died.
I do not have a target. I require a target.
Let's kill some ogres. And of course the ogres came from Draenor in the lore as well, so...
I do not have a target.
If I'm honest, Lord Arbiter, at the moment, I'm not sure. Commission-wise, it depends a lot on what is wanted, how much is wanted, and a case of how long it takes. But in terms of Halo assets, again, it depends on what you want. But realistically, there's a lot that can be done with what you've got there, because with it's create an alert, because I can create graphics and stuff. But it's a layout and profile picture. How much are you looking? I guess it entirely depends on what you're looking at, because there might be a lot of assets you can use for an overlay yourself. Just because I feel like, obviously, I don't want you wasting your time with that if there's stuff that's readily available to you. And obviously, in terms of setting it all up, it still has to be set up by you on your end, because I can only, if I were to do it, I can only provide the art assets. So I could only provide the art assets, whereas the actual configuration still has to be done on the user side, because otherwise it won't work. As in, I could say, okay, this is your this is your that, but then in terms of setting it up, you'd still have to set it up, so a lot of the legwork you still have to do, which is why people commission profiles and I suppose templates. I suppose it's okay to commission them, but then the problem with commissioning is that they have to still be set up by the person using OBS on the other end. So, you know, say I create an art asset. In terms of scaling and making it look right, creative skills to create anything. I'm not saying that. I mean, what you might be able to do is, using existing assets, you might be able to create. You might be able to create a Halo-looking theme out of already created assets that already exist online, that are free to use. I always say, especially if somebody is looking to get started on streaming, so that it's probably not worth spending the money on getting it designed if you're not halfway there in terms of you've got enough of an audience to warrant commissioning a designer. Because the way I think about it, man, is obviously if you commissioned it and then say you decided you didn't want to stream or you didn't enjoy streaming, then you've wasted your money, you know what I mean? And obviously that would be just, you know, it's not a good feeling. And I would say that while you're starting out streaming, you probably would be... it's optional, you don't have to have sound alerts, but I think as a default, most Twitch layouts, especially OBS, like that follower alert, I customized what it said and what it looked like, but the sound alert was already on there by default. So I think Twitch has a default sound alert for follows, which is what I haven't changed yet. I'm still deciding what I want my follower sound alert to be. But I think it is kind of optional. Most people do have a sound alert, so for example, the reason I have a sound alert on mine is so that I can tell. Because I don't have a second screen, I can't see who's following me and when. So it prompts me to actually check the name of the last person who followed me when I get that noise. Everything is optional, yeah. I mean, it just depends. Again, I'm one of those people that I'm meticulous, and that I want things to look and be a certain way, and I'm a perfectionist, like it has to be that way. But everything about this is optional. I mean, especially while you're just getting started, you know. I don't think anybody expects... Well, nobody even expects me to come on stream with a fully, perfectly functioning setup, but here I am because I've put the time in to do it. You have multiple monitors. You see, it is optional as long as you keep an eye on it, because, of course, it's a good practice to thank people for following or donate, or for when if they're hosting or anything. It's good practice to do that, because, of course... You need to interact with your audience. I mean, look at me saying this with like 15 followers, but I've watched enough streamers to know this is kind of the way it's done. And it's just a case of you gotta make sure that you're ready to. And I say with streaming, you don't need to put a lot of thought and investment into your assets in terms of how things look until you've got a massive, like, until you've got the following to warrant it. The reason I got prepared is because, as I say, I just have the skills. I have the skills to do it, so it just didn't make sense for me not to use them to make things look nice even before things get major, if they were to ever get big. You know, but again, a lot of it's optional, and you know, it's just about using your better judgment to decide what is necessary and what isn't. Because at the end of the day, it's your stream, and it's going to be, it's got to be exactly what you want it to be. Otherwise, what's the point in doing it? Eventually, when I get my secondary monitor set up, it's going to be fine. I need to buy it first, but the reason I haven't bought it is just because I had to buy, you know, gaming chair, had to buy other things for the house. Yeah, exactly. So you saw some layouts that you liked, man. That's probably the best way to go, because you've not had to spend any money or time finding and commissioning that. You can use a free-to-use layout, and it'll still do exactly what you want it to do. You can kind of get Halo-ish looking ones. Look under sort of modern and sci-fi, you'll find something. It's like, sure, you can commission somebody, and it might sound weird coming from the person who would theoretically stand to gain from that commission, but I wouldn't want you to waste your money, like, on something you don't need. I would search sci-fi or blue, search colors, and search sci-fi, even search like neon, you know, things like that. Because that is, it's going to be much more generic because it's free and basic. And within OBS, if you double-click any asset, you have the ability to toggle and tweak things like the color. You know, in terms of like if you want it to be more Halo blue tinted or Halo red tinted, you can do. All you have to do is double click into it and go to the effects, and then you've got the option of adjust color, and there's like a slider. The reason they won't put it under Halo is because obviously there's copyright, so they won't put it under Halo. They can't say this is a Halo theme because Halo didn't like neither Bungie 343 nor Microsoft made it, so there'd be a copyright issue. Which is why it'll become under something more generic. So, sci-fi shooter it might come under, or you might have to look at something, or even combine assets from several different sci-fi shooter-based themes to create that Halo aesthetic, and it's definitely doable. But in terms of the simplest way to get started, you can probably just find a theme that's close enough to what you want, and you don't have to worry about it once that's all ready. And then when you've got, like, more... they have Destiny. Oh, that's interesting. I'd have thought there'd have been at least some kind of Halo ones, because you do get Halo streamers. But I haven't looked myself. I mean, I haven't looked for any... I didn't look for any of them. I looked for a generic template based on red and black. And then from there I created my own after reusing a few assets, like the border here. For my chat, and the border down here for my webcam. The other stuff in this is made by me. Yeah, Overwatch. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's weird. I'd have thought there'd be Halo ones, but it might just be that certain games have more of a following on Twitch, and therefore the creators, there's just a lot more of them.
Too far away.
with Overwatch as well, I suppose, is that Overwatch, there's probably a lot more partnerships with Twitch for those kind of games. So you've got to have a look at the crossover. There's probably a buttload of Fortnite ones and Modern Warfare ones as well.
It will be a pleasure to break you.
I just realised that the tank is called Dano. Oh, it's cruiser ship spacing in. Oh, that would be interesting, but it might be really complicated. You have to look for you probably have to look for a GIF for that. For example, I'm good at static graphics. I'm not so good at motion graphics. Not anymore, anyway. It'd have to be something that's probably a little bit different from what I normally do, because I'm more of a branding and logo design. You probably need to find a graphic for that. There probably is one, to be fair. Probably have a look. Yeah, I mean, if you got it right, you could have a Covenant ship spacing in with like that appearing, and then have the text appear in front of it. That'd be pretty cool. If I were doing Halo themes, I'd probably do, yeah, something like that. If I had to make a Halo theme, something like that for the follower alert would be cool.
First, I break your spirit, then I sell your future.
Oh, I never noticed as well as when there's this really cool smoke animation around the soul shards when you consume them. Has joined the Covenant. That'd be cool.
Elements hear me and obey. The elements hear me and obey.
That would be really cool, though. Definitely like the idea. See, what it sounds like you could probably do with is more of a Covenant theme. So having purples and brights and possibly even, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that's some pretty cool stuff. So we got to level 96, which is cool. If I imagine how your stream could look, you could have it, if you were to have it commissioned eventually, you could possibly have it like a Covenant console, like the window on like a, you know, like a Covenant frigate, something like that. As if you were watching it on a command console aboard a super carrier, something like that would be pretty cool. The only issue you might run into with that is, of course, you don't want it to obstruct your vision of the stream. So you'd have to have a look at, because the Covenant, the way the Covenant have things, you'd have to look at how that would visually translate to something more squared off. Because you don't want to obstruct. You really don't want to obstruct your viewers on the stream, because the rule of cool might be all good, but if your viewers can't see your content properly, then it causes a problem. I think we're going to die here. Yeah. That's fine. I knew it was going to happen, because I jumped down a ledge and there was more enemies, and then my minion died, and I was like, here we go. What am I being alerted to? What's the new appearance I've earned that it's now telling me I can use? No idea. There'll be there's definitely a way around it, dude. It's about making sure that the hologram sort of effect maybe is semi-transparent, and making sure that it doesn't obstruct any of the important game assets on the board. What you could do is you could have a frame for your webcam as well, which is circular or sort of square. It'd have to be square, but have it look as though you're patching in and you're actually on like a Covenant conference call or something. That'd be kind of cool. If you were to have it commissioned, obviously, eventually, that'd be something to look at. But obviously, as I say, don't worry about it for now. I think you'd be better getting a template for now, and then obviously once you've got more viewership and you're confident that you're enjoying streaming, that's when you can have a look at. Realistically, you know, you don't want to.
Commander, what's wrong?
You don't want to be sort of buying something you don't need. That's why I didn't go and buy a professional webcam, even though I could probably do with one that's better than this one. Not having face reveal. That's fine, you don't have to. Yeah, probably works better with the theme. I'm just going to cut this part down for YouTube. Just a second, guys. I just need to check a few things on YouTube.